Greetings, fellow Gothamites. Blue Dragon 5 here, hosting our first ever installment of Batman Debates. In honor of Batman's next media adaptation with The Batman, we thought we'd look back and argue his past media adaptations. Tonight's Batastic topics: Best Batman, Most Definitive Batman Moment, and which animated Batman film deserves an Oscar besides Phantasm.
Besides Phantasm, yes.
So, time to go down the Bat poles, suit up, pick a Batmobile, anyone will do, and head to the Bat Signal, which will lead us inevitably to the arena! Let's meet tonight's Caped Crusaders, folks. In this corner, a man who looked into the abyss, and when it looked back, he did not blink. He's got laser focus and bats in the belfry. It's Lazerdude 99.
That's right. I didn't blink. I winked.
Yeah. And in the opposing corner, he studied crime and criminal law intimately. So much so, he's buddies with the DA. He is vengeance. He is the night. He is Rohith Dar.
Chicks dig the car.
No! Stop it!
All right, look. Do you want some drive-through? We can get you some drive-through. All right. Joining me on the Bat panel, of course, Tiki and Jacob Weil.
A Bat credit card!
No.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So how we doing, everybody?
I'm doing great.
One more day until game day, as John Campia puts it.
I've
been kind of sick the last few days, but I'm kind of still working on it.
I feel fantastic.
That it is.
I'm hoping I'm better by Friday so I can see the movie.
Yeah, I am doing great. I am super excited. This is like the movie this year that I've been really looking forward to, but I've also been really looking forward to this debate. I'm jazzed and ready to go. There's two things I love in this world. Well, a lot of things I love, but two things that I'm loving really right now is Batman and debating, and this is the place where I am destined to be.
Does Rohith
enthusiasm?
Does Rohith have matched the level of enthusiasm?
Huh?
Take that as a. Take that as a yes.
I'll let my talents speak for themselves.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so let me refresh again. This is Lazerdude's first debate, correct?
Correct. Well, in this, I've debated lots of people. They always tell me to shut up, but yes.
Right.
So Dragon, lay out the rules for this dynamic duo.
All right, here are the rules, guys. So we have 3 rounds. We have 3 main rounds, which basically what we're going to ask is that first you go back and forth and reveal what your pick is. You're going to say what you got. Then we'll go back and forth again for your opening statements, and then it's a fight to the finish. Basically, you'll fight and debate, make your points against each other until you hear the sound. Because as always on our show, R2D2 is the bell. When he speaks, I've heard enough.
Got it.
And, yeah. Then it'll be up for the panel to deliberate, and it'll be a number of votes between the panel of 3 judges. Whoever gets the most votes gets the point for the round. Basically, we'll repeat that for 3 rounds, and at the end of 3 rounds, we have the optional feature of our little game that will be offered to both players regardless. And that of course, is Two Faces Coin.
Of course. How could you not?
It'd be really embarrassing if we didn't use Two Faces Coin.
I know, right?
So,
Poison Ivy coin!
That's not Two Faces coin. It has a tail.
Yeah, so if it lands, so here's how it works. Heads, you could get
Actually,
a
Dragon, you're right. This isn't Two Faces coin.
It'll do in a pinch.
That honestly kind of bothers my OCD now. Thanks for pointing that out, Lazerdude.
Let's use our imagination, y'all.
All right, go ahead, Drake. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's not a big deal.
This is wait, it works because this side is the side that's not scarred, and the other side is a burning thing. So that's where his face was burnt off. So it works.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Okay, so
it works.
Heads.
Are we gonna see Batman's giant penny?
Do you want to wait and see, or do you want to keep asking questions?
Ready.
Okay.
All right. So
Let the man speak, guys. Come on.
if it lands heads, you could get a point. Lands tails, not so lucky. You lose a point. All right. So hidden, much like a Riddler trophy in an Arkham game, we have Gordon's gold piece. Now, Gordon's gold piece. This is basically a coin that will be offered to the winner of the round.
The giant penny.
You know, I still have things to go over here.
Okay. If you have a third coin, all right.
Yes.
I'm behaving.
So, point is, Gordon's gold piece essentially will be offered to the winner of the round it is revealed to be, and it could be any of the 3 rounds, or even a few of the speed rounds. It could possibly be in any of those.
Ooh, mysterious.
So again, hidden like a Riddler trophy in an Arkham game. So, again, only offered to the winner. Okay, then we have a penalty phrase. Now, the penalty phrase could be any, could be a name, could be a phrase, could be a word, could be any of those.
Wake up!
Could be. We'll only know when the game starts. If either player says Jacob, our boy here, is going to be on the lookout. Jacob, the boy wonder, is going to be on the lookout here.
My ears are finely tuned to machines.
That they are. So basically, whoever says there's a penalty phrase, again, could be one, could be more than one, could be 3 even. Who knows? Could change per round. We're sadists. You never know. So
We might even use both of them, or all 3 of them.
Entirely possible. So whoever says it
Well,
first.
it's a good thing we kidnapped you guys, or else you guys would be out there kidnapping other people. Har har har. Am I right? Pop quiz hot shots.
I mean, you're not right.
All right, I'm sorry. You just with the sadist thing. I'm like, all right, we're going to pop quiz hot shots territory now.
Okay, so the point is, whoever stumbles upon the penalty phrase first will basically get the penalty penny. I like to call it
The penalty penny. All right, I like that. I like
Much
it.
like in the animated series, and just in general, when they've used the giant penny death trap, basically either way it lands,
It has spelled doom. You're right.
either way it lands, something bad's going to happen to you. I'll tell you that much. So
Got it.
Whoever says the word is going to get a coin flip, and nothing good's going to happen when it gets flipped.
Land on us like the Thanagarian. Got it.
Pretty much. Again, like to quote almost got him. It's like either you break all the bones in your body or you get squashed.
Well, or either throw a rock at him.
Yeah, well, that's all. Yeah, plus the coin toss. All right, so anywho, and again, so we'll find out we'll see how that goes. It might not even be evoked at all, so maybe you'll be fine, but chances are probably not. Okay. So after the main round, we enter the speed round, in which there is a time limit, and we will be taking audience questions, which the audiences feel free to leave those now, and we can go back to them. There are a few pre-submitted ones we will indeed use, and the audience will be able to, judge and call the rounds that they have suggested. So yeah, and the goal of the game: first to 5 points wins. Whoever arrives at 5 points will win.
Got it.
All right.
Now, gentlemen, do you understand these rules as I have explained them to you both here this fine, dark evening?
As well as I can.
I do.
I need explaining again.
All right, let's start over. So
Watch
there's
the
3
video.
rounds.
Just take your phone out and watch the video.
All right, okay, let's cue the randomizer.
Okay, cue the randomizer.
Because
Randomizer.
we have to, you know why we're using the randomizer, Tiki?
Why?
We need to establish order in Gotham. Order versus chaos.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good. Yes.
Okay, so let's see.
Rohith, I really hope I spelled your name right, by the way.
It's not spelled with an H. Actuality, like it's only spelled that way on my Google account. Everything else is spelled without an H. It's a long story that I'll explain after the debate.
Oh dear. All right. Well, I just spelled it phonetically how I heard it. So
it's you're good.
All right. Anyways.
Okay, so it seems like Rohit's going first for the main round. Is that correct?
Looks like it. Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so that's how it's going to be going for kind of the order.
Dragon, are we going to need the randomizer again?
Nah.
All right. Clear up space on my tabs. Yeah.
We got Lucas Green in the comments saying best of luck to all fellow Bat fans.
Nice.
Hey, Lucas.
Happy to have you, Lucas.
Yeah, we like Lucas Green when he shows up.
All right.
All right, that brings us. Okay, who's ready to begin the festivities?
I am.
Reagan, I feel like there's four words that we need to say to kick this thing off. Can I say them?
Go on and say them.
And here we go.
All right, so we're going to start off round one, numero uno, which is we're going to ask the age-old question that is always asked before and after every new Batman film that comes out. Who is the best Batman? Now, of course, there are two exceptions to this. One, Pattinson, because we haven't seen how he's going to do
Robert
yet.
Pattinson is just in a corner doing an emo cry right now, Dragon, because he's not included in this.
Which could go both ways theatrically. We're going to have to wait to find out. And, of course, the obvious one, because it would have been a knuckle-down, drag-out fight in the end of the day to figure out who gets Kevin Conroy. So Kevin Conroy's off the table, because we all want Kevin Conroy. He is the Batman.
It's basically our Frollo clause.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or Frollo clause.
Frollo clause,
Every time a
yes.
villain is picked, usually everyone wants Frollo, so many a time we have to take Frollo out of the equation. So we're taking good old Kevin Conroy. Well, he's number one in our hearts. He's off the grid for this question. All right.
The Conroy clause. In
This is basically who is the second best Batman, but we'll roll
Well,
with it.
that's a less spectacular way of putting it, but thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, Rohit, what is your pick? Who is your Batman?
My pick is the esteemed Welsh actor Christian Bale's performance in the Dark Knight trilogy.
I
Okay.
didn't know Bale was Welsh.
Hey, he gets to talk, and then I have to wait and talk after, right?
Well, first off, we gotta say we're gonna go to you and ask you who your
Yeah, so
Batman
what's your
is.
pick, Laser Dude?
Oh, my pick is who I think is probably the most underrated Batman of all time, Bruce Greenwood from Batman Under the Red Hood and Batman Gotham by Gaslight and Young Justice as well.
Strong choice.
Okay, so now this is where basically say all the good stuff and build your case. We're gonna start with Rohit, Laser Dude. So that's
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for Batman, there are three aspects to Batman that an actor, whether a voice actor or a live action actor, has to nail. The Bruce Wayne public persona, the tormented vigilante that is Batman, and the vulnerable and emotionally Bruce Wayne that only Alfred gets to see. Christian Bale, throughout all three films in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, has epitomized that in spades. He nails the Bruce Wayne persona, especially in Batman Begins, when he has the supermodels that goes into the water, fish thing in the restaurant, and he buys the restaurant. He hangs with the ballerinas with Russia. With a tormented vigilante, he intimidates Arnold Flass. He takes down a bunch of Scarecrow goons in the beginning of the Dark Knight. And then the vulnerable scenes where he's just truly the emotionally hurt Bruce is when he interacts with both Alfred and with Rachel. Christian Bale has dedicated his body, mind, and soul in his performance, and you can tell. The voice that people often parody is him putting on a guttural growl to show what an animal Batman is to the cowardly criminals of Gotham City. And his physique, his ability to sort of transmute persona, his sense of sort of pain, vulnerability, and dedication to the role in all three movies have made an indelible mark on all Bat fans throughout Batman's history. That is why Christian Bale is the best Batman.
Okay, Laser Dude, dazzle us.
Well, when it comes to who I think is possibly the best Batman, there's always something that I have to ask the question, and that is there anywhere, any part of it that they fall flat on? And for me, there's only two actors that have played Batman that have gotten him completely right in every aspect. And one, of course, is Kevin Conroy. But the second, I think, is Bruce Greenwood. And that is because Batman in Young Justice and Under the Red Hood, those are the two ones that I'm mainly focused on, is portrayed as a character who is unfallible. He is unmovable. You cannot talk him down. You cannot change his mind. He was he is the unmovable object that you cannot move as much as however you can. We've seen in the movie like Under the Red Hood when a child that was in his care who died under his care is trying so hard to change his mind, change his philosophy, basically begging him to change just a little bit, just to get rid of his moral code for just a second, then he can go back to it. He won't. He will never compromise, and that is what Batman is. Young Justice, very the same. He is uncompromising. He is very stern. He is very fair, but he's also caring in Young Justice as well in the ways that we've never got to see Batman portrayed in live action because of there's never been a real great portrayal of his relationship with Robin. One of Batman's all-time best moments in my mind is when Wonder Woman is talking about how, hey, you took Robin and you indoctrinated him at a young age. And he's like, no, I needed to help Robin get the man who killed his parents and bring him to justice. And Wonder Woman's like, why? So he'd turn out like you? And he says, no, so that he would not. Batman in the show is comparing and compassionate, but he's also only showing that to very few people. He is a very fair, unmovable object, and that's where I feel like Bruce Greenwood really hits home his performance. He's also dark, but he's also good. He has fun moments as well. Like, he's never satisfied in any of the Young Justice missions. He never says, good job, or whatever. He'll always say something like, that was satisfactory. And that's why I feel like, for Batman, there's always room for improvement. Even though you've done everything right and saved the Justice League and everything, is like, you did okay. You did fine. And so, yeah, and for my mind, Bruce Greenwood is the most underrated Batman and probably one of the best.
All right, boys. It's time to fight it out.
Here's my problem with Lazerdude's whole argument.
All
Never
right.
decide to any particular part of Bruce Greenwood's actual performance. All the things that he cites within his opening statement are just moments that are indicative of the quality of the writing, but he does not focus upon Bruce Greenwood's sense of inflection, his vocal range, his ability to convey levels of different emotions. In my opening statement, I have expressed about how aspects of different
let's not get into vocal range here. Okay, I mean, let's not put that into perspective because
no. Let's I'll address that right head on.
Oh yeah.
The whole Bale voice that he puts on as Batman. That is the guttural sound that people have been parroting all that. No, let me finish.
All right, you finish.
Let me finish. He is putting on a full-on persona of a creature of the night, of someone that goes out and puts the terror and fear into criminals. He isn't just lowering his register. He's making himself sound like an entire demon. And how much of that not is terms of execution, it's variable. But if there's anything to be said about Christian Bale in his performance, his voice, his physicality, his sense of just how he conveys emotions on his face, he's giving 100% and more.
Now here's the thing. Even Christian Bale himself has gone on the record of saying, I've watched the Dark Knight performance and I cringe at my scenes because I don't really realize. It's like, I regret what I'm doing. So even the actor himself has gone on record to regret that deep voice. Now, I get what he's trying to do, but it's obviously stretched and strained. He sounds less like a creature of the night and more of a person who smoked a full pack of cigarettes and like, Gordon! It's like, that's not a creature of the night. Bruce Greenwood's voice is always low and dark, but always understandable. It's always a type of voice that you would be intimidated by. It's like, if you will piss your pants at Batman's voice, then yeah, you got a good Batman voice. But I would more maybe piss my pants with laughter of some of the scenes of Bruce that he does as Batman. Now, I'll give you this. I'll say his performance as Bruce Wayne is 100% probably the best performance that will ever be as Bruce Wayne. Even better probably than Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne. But that's because Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is a performance. We're not talking about who's the best Bruce Wayne.
No.
Bruce
But
Wayne
here's
is
the thing.
not the character. Batman is.
Here's the counter. No. Here's the thing, though. Batman it's a trinity of identity. As I've highlighted in my opening statement, an actor that is able to convey the vigilante aspect of Batman, the playboy persona Bruce Wayne, and the tortured but utterly humane and emotional Bruce, that is what defines Batman. The balancing of those three personas and identities to himself, to his loved ones, and to the world. And Christian Bale, especially in Batman Begins, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, has done that in spades. You've not, and Bruce Greenwood, yes, he puts on a good Batman voice, but he hasn't shown or been given the opportunity to show how he portrays himself as Bruce Wayne to the public, or to show as Bruce Wayne when it's just among his loved ones. And Christian Bale, on the other hand,
has showed to the level. I'll counter you with that. There are scenes in both Young Justice where he's talking, where like Dick Grayson is upset with, that Bruce is seemingly taking a one-on-one to Aqualad. So what does he do? Does he train him? No, he takes him one side and plays some basketball with him. You see the emotional for that angle. There's a thing in the newer Young Justice season where he's finally confronted by Barbara and said, "Hey, you took out yourself from the Justice League and had this whole secret operation, but you only took people who are used to taking orders from you and are, indoctrinated by you in a certain way. And so they're the only ones that rely on you." So I would say those scenes definitely show the intertwined Bruce Wayne as a character. So what if it doesn't show Bruce Wayne's face all the time? That's not necessarily important because Batman and Bruce Wayne are still the same character. But I would say that that's going a little far, saying that there's no emotional connection, or he's just the Batman. He's never vulnerable with anybody.
Here's the thing. I can point to the specific scene for Batman Begins where he comes out of the restaurant and he sees Rachel, and then he says, I'm more than what's this. And his intonation, Christian Bale's facial expression conveys so much of who Bruce is as a person. And in The Dark Knight Rises, where he's in sheer pain and desperation, the yells of pain when his back is being rearranged, and The Dark Knight, where he's just brooding over Rachel's death. Christian Bale as an actor through his performance, has defined Batman to be a complicated individual that has tensions with his public persona, his vigilante persona, and the real human being that is going out on a night because of the tragedy of his loved ones. And
Go ahead.
Whereas with Bruce Greenwood, he's really good in one particular aspect of Batman, being just the front-facing vigilante that fights crime in Gotham City and tries to the Justice League. But the things you cite are examples of really good writing for Bruce Greenwood's version of Batman, but I really don't see you pushing on what's his vocal delivery, what's his range,
it's all in the character itself, And even Kevin Conroy's been in stuff that hasn't been great because of the bad writing. But I would say this: the what I said at the beginning, where I said there's two actors who have done everything perfectly for Batman, and I believe Greenwood is one of them. The reason I say that, and the one thing I think Christian Bale is missing is, and especially this is the fault of the third movie, is that he's not as uncompromising as Batman is. Bruce Greenwood, throughout every film and thing that he's portrayed, Batman is an uncompromising. He will not sacrifice his values for anyone or anything. But what does he do after The Dark Knight? He goes into hiding for 9 years. Like the whole end of The Dark Knight, he's like, "Send the dogs on me. Get them after me." And he's like, what dogs? You hung up your cape that night. You didn't do anything. Why did you let Gotham go to crap? Well, okay, obviously it was nicer, so he didn't necessarily need to be, but that's not the point. He still wasn't being Batman. He still let this corruption of the city get into a place where he was, allowed it to all be taken over.
So
whereas Bruce Greenwood, his character won't compromise. He won't let go of his values, no matter the cost.
No, but
and that is Batman.
In season 3, Young Justice, he's put to task over like making this like a shadowy group behind the Justice League's back, and like it's portrayed as a negative thing to the point in which he has to delegate leadership and front-facing authority to another superhero.
Yeah, but that wasn't compromising. That was realizing he's pushed too far, which is what Batman does. That's the whole thing about Batman. His obsession makes him push too far, and then he needs dramatic examples to show that he's gone too far. He does the brother eye thing that gets taken over and blows up in his face. He does the whole thing where he's always prepared for everything, and because of that, he over-prepares and overdoes it sometimes. And that was an example of that.
No, but there's also examples of Bruce Wayne, of Christian Bale's Batman going too far and recognize. And the thing is, he proactively recognizes limits. With the example of The Dark Knight, where he has a surveillance system that infringes on people's liberties and only allowed for a limited circumstance, and gave the power to turn it off and destroy it ultimately to a colleague and not to himself. Like throughout the Dark Knight trilogy, we've never seen a Batman this human, this burdened by the mortal limits of being a vigilante. And that's evident with the fact that there's scenes in The Dark Knight. You see bruises on Christian Bale's body. You can, especially in The Dark Knight Rises, for as much as people criticize the movie, Christian Bale credibly conveyed the level of pain and the level of just suffering he's gone through in light of the death of Rachel Dawson, in light of how much a toil like his body's taken physically being Batman. And that's
I would argue that the most human we ever see Bruce is how he deals with Jason Todd. The scene at the end when he's trying, like basically pleading with Jason that he's sorry that he didn't save him, that he's sorry that he didn't get there in time, that he regrets that he ever did this in the first place. And then he has to reject his adopted son and just turn his back on him and get the gun drawn on himself, and he knows it's going to happen. And that's like the essence of Batman. And that whole scene where he's like, they're fighting off those assassins that are coming after him. You think for a moment he's like, oh, maybe I can salvage this. Maybe I can save him. And then he just kills one of them, and he knows that he can't save him. He's beyond saving.
I will counter that.
All right. Okay, I've heard enough.
Okay. All right.
Jacob, what's your ruling? Big J, what's
Jacob, your mic's off.
Oh, sorry, I completely forgot I muted myself.
It's all good.
Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. What's your verdict?
It was actually kind of back and forth for a lot of the time. They did, although considering the strength of the argument, I'm gonna have to go with Rohith on this one. I think he gave more into the nuances of Christian Bale's performance than Bruce Greenwood did. At least throughout the entire argument. Whereas with Greenwood, with Laser, I was gonna say I was trying to think of the actor's name, but whereas with Greenwood, he only really brought it up near the end. So it's I'm gonna go with Rohith.
Tiki.
Yeah, first of all, just really good fight all around, guys. Great opening fight. I'm excited to see how this all plays out. I am going to go for Rohith, but like Jacob said, I do think it was very back and forth. Lazerdude, honestly, I think your ace in the hole for this argument would have been going after The Dark Knight Rises harder, because Rohith admits himself that people don't really like that one as much. And also, I just want to note from from a wording perspective, I do think this question's interesting because it's not necessarily who is the best Batman actor or which actor gave the best performance as Batman. It's who is the best Batman. So I kind of took both writing and performance into account there. Honestly, Lazerdude, you did make a lot of good points. It's just I have not seen Young Justice myself. Have I seen any of Greenwood's performances? I feel like I've seen at least one.
Yeah, Tiki, you've seen two of them. You've seen Under the Red Hood, right?
Right.
And you've seen Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, of course. I don't know. Maybe it would have kind of more emphasis because I felt like you kind
Hey,
of.
you don't need to justify yourself, man. Whatever you do, whatever you do.
No, I know. I just like to explain my rationale. This is the way I do things. I'm just kind of giving feedback.
And honestly, though, I think you should have touched more on like the quality of Bruce Greenwood's vocal performance, like especially like the way he's broken over Jason's death at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. All right, but overall, a really strong fight. I admire how you both just kind of like came in there to the end. You were really scrapping at each other, throwing verbal blows back and forth. So I'm really excited for how this debate's going to go. I really think it's anyone's game.
Yeah, I was impressed with this fight. Not that my vote counts at this point, but just throw it in there. I was going a little back and forth because I think Rohith ultimately had the better argument, but I think Lazerdude had a little bit more kind of pizzazz in how he threw the punches.
I really like Lazerdude's pick too. Just in general, it was a very It was a very unconventional.
Well, of course, it was an excellent pick. I mean, Bruce Greenwood is he's like if anything ever if Conroy ever decided like full line doesn't want to come back anymore, Bruce Greenwood would absolutely be the next go-to. He's the next one in line. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it was just kind of. I heard a lot of Young Justice where maybe we could have heard a little bit more. We did hear some good Under the Red Hood there.
Well, I gotta save my Under the Red Hood stuff for later.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I do.
Adopted by Gaslight.
I actually haven't seen that one.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna see it in anticipation, but I actually didn't get around to it.
Well, okay. Anyway,
I haven't seen it either, unfortunately.
But regardless, I think Lazerdude made some excellent points about the whole. The fact that even Christian Bale apparently cringes at the voice.
That was Lazerdude's best point, I think.
Yep. I mean, no, for me, I thought Lazerdude's best point was the whole uncompromising thing. I thought that was his best point.
That's true.
Okay, regardless, so I'm ultimately I still over Rohith Dar. It's a clean sweep, Rohith's on the board with one. Jacob, dear boy, was the word said?
I'm analyzing the back computer. Analyzing the words.
It's the old back computer, too. It's like the one that gives you the punch cards out.
Is it what I think it is?
And I'm reading it now, and according to the back computer, it says no.
No, it wasn't said this round. Let me search for the Gordon's gold piece, which, by the way, has a mustache on it, just for fun.
Oh, God. Not the face on the gold piece, just the gold piece itself.
Yeah, the gold piece has a mustache on it. That's the symbol.
God.
Mustache and glasses, symbol of Gordon.
Oh,
right.
man.
Hey, I thought we were doing Batman, not Superman from Justice League.
All right, anyway.
Well, the thing is, Superman didn't have a mustache. I mean, because they CG'd
lied.
him.
Of course he didn't.
All right, okay. I'm gonna check the first place. You should always check if we're doing a Batman debate. Check the old trusty utility belt. Let me search through the old pouches here real quick. Okay, let me see. Grappling gun.
Why am I not surprised Dragon has a utility belt?
Yep. Okay. Let me check the old belt here. Got all my sweet grappling gun. Got some batarangs. Got some smoke pellets. Got a flashlight.
You have shark repellent?
Yeah. Back pocket. Yeah. Let me see. Nope. Sorry. No coin. Just the fake one that trips Two-Face up, but not the Gordon's gold piece. Sorry. Not this round, fellas. All right. That brings us.
Lucas Green says if it's live action, I'd say Keaton, but if we're including animated, I'd say Terry McGinnis.
I would have accepted Terry McGinnis, by the way. I would have counted that.
I don't know. I feel like they were arguing for two completely different characters.
But still in the service of Batman, though.
He technically is Batman.
True, but it's hard to compare. It's like when it's like they're two different Batman.
Oh, I'm saying again with the wording, is Batman being kind of broad. I think I would have counted for that, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I stand by my pick.
Like technically, when Superman masqueraded as Batman, so.
Okay, well let's not get too.
I know.
Yeah, but Batman is Superman.
One time.
I'm just being pedantic.
Right. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let's go to
Would the
round.
Scooby-Doo Batman count?
Or let's just move on. So round number 2. Okay, so there've been a lot of moments over the course of an 80-year plus history and counting with the Batman. So that begs the question: what is the definitive Batman moment? Again, all across media, it was allowed here. So something that sums up the character in one moment in other media. So, Rohith, what do you got?
My pick for the most definitive Batman moment is in Batman TS Season 1, Episode 3, Nothing to Fear, where Batman, tripping on fear gas, says out into the night, I am the night. I am vengeance. I am Batman. And imagine Shirley Walker's score playing in the background when I'm saying that.
Okay. Lazerdude, what's yours?
My moment is Batman comforting Ace as she is starting to die, and yeah, that's all I need to say.
All right. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Rohit, dazzle us.
So everyone always thinks when they reference Batman, they say, I'm Batman, and they go back to Michael Keaton or Christian Bale's version of it. But let's think of this moment. Bruce Wayne's Batman, and Matthias, and he's finding Scarecrow, and he's hanging on that blimp, and he's tripping out on fear gas. And the ghost of his father is just taunting him and chastising him for what his life has turned out. But he screams through the night, I am the night, I am vengeance, I am Batman. It is a mantra. It is a creed to which Bruce Wayne, as Batman, has lived by, has breathed, and can potentially die for. He, on the day of his parents' death, was reborn as Batman. He is a shadowy, vengeful creature that in terms of its origins and roots, takes as much from Dracula, the Shadow, and Sherlock Holmes. And in that particular moment, he is defying all of what the world has said against him, because he is an agent of vengeance. He is a creature of the night. He's Batman.
Okay. Lazerdude.
Picture the scene. A giant, big wave of energy is changing the world. Amanda Waller comes, says if your little girl is rewriting reality, and if she isn't killed with this device, then a bunch of people are going to die if she doesn't stop using her powers. Batman then takes this device and goes, and instead of using it on her, asks the little girl to stop doing what she's doing before she dies. He doesn't BS her. He doesn't belittle it. He doesn't sugarcoat it. She asks, I'm going to die very soon, aren't I? And he just blatantly tells her yes. This whole scene, I believe, is Batman summed up in a whole. The number one, tactician. First, he has to deceive Waller and the rest of the Justice League that he's going to use it. Waller puts out the device, and who is the first to grab it? Shayera. Now, Shayera has done a mercy killing before. She did it when Grundy was brought back from the dead and was going out of control. So Batman knows that she is very capable of doing this. So he grabs it and says, no, I'm the only one that Ace knows. He saw her going out of a hallway one time, but he convinces everybody that he will do it. And what does he do? He gets in front of this little girl who everybody else sees as a weapon, sees as a tool to be used or to be feared. And what does he do? He looks at her as nobody has looked at her in years, as a child, a scared child who is going to die soon and needs some comfort. That is why this is the definitive Batman moment.
All right, let's try to kill each other's words, boys.
All right, here's the problem with your moment, Lazerdude.
Okay.
This is I gotta go strong. The issue with your moment is that it's just another cliche of superhero fiction where a superhero comforts a dying kid. This was done in Spider-Man in the comics in the issue The Kid Who Collects Spider-Man that was later adapted or retrofitted into an episode of the animated series in the 90s for Spider-Man. And there's a Shazam comic written by Paul Dini, drawn by Alex Ross, in which Shazam, Captain Marvel, whoever, comforts a dying kid and walks away with tears in his eyes. Like, this is a cliche. It's not a bad cliche. It's a very comforting. It shows our hero being empathetic, all that. But the issue with your chosen moment, it does not define who Batman is.
Well, I argue it does.
No.
As I said, first, it's tactical. Second, it's uncompromising. He could have easily killed her. He could have easily killed her and done away with it. But Batman's number one rule, I do not kill, I will not kill. It doesn't matter the situation, I will not do it.
Universe and the Marvel universe. Batman's not the only person that doesn't kill and is
No, but it's different for Batman than it is for other people because it's an oath. It's not just because I'm a nice person, I won't kill people. It's if I start killing people, I will never stop. Your moment, let's get down to your moment.
No.
I want to talk about your moment for a little bit here because imagine you're sprayed with fear gas. You're like, oh no, spiders. Oh no, a giant snake. Oh no, such and such. What is Batman? Oh no, my daddy's disappointed in me. I mean, that's the image that he's saying, I am the night dad. I am not I am not a disappointment. You're a disappointment, dad.
That is a reductive and a horrific view of this moment. This is Bruce confronting his deepest existential fear.
His fear is that his dad is disappointed in him? Not that he doesn't save Gotham?
No, he has his deep existential fears of whether he's living up to what his parents wanted out of him. And this fear is very much within the Mask of the Phantasm and has been
Rohith,
there's been a guidance.
Rohith, let me tell you something. Not only is this not the best Batman moment, I actually think it's an overrated moment in Batman history. This moment is always on top 10 lists and stuff, and I'm like, why? You know, it's totally over the top and not needed. And the way Christian Bale actually delivers the line is like, I am Batman.
You mean
it's not really hit with that much punch. Where the moment in this is
you cannot say it's over the top. Kevin Conroy delivers it as a commanding voice, and this is a line that was later referenced, that was later restated in Batman Arkham Knight. It's a definitive moment when it's referenced in other bad media. You don't.
Oh yeah, other bad media. Arkham Knight is not that great of a movie or a video game.
It doesn't matter the quality of the bad media. If it's an iconic line that's restated in other bad media, then it stands the test of time. It transcends.
Here's the thing, though. All your moment is Batman overcoming fear. That's it. This is a moment where Batman is literally comforting a child who is dying, who could literally rip off the world in half.
Batman isn't special for comforting a dying kid.
Batman's not special for getting over fear either.
No,
or having dead parents. Oh my gosh, how many people have had dead parents? The whole point is that he uses he gets close to Ace and he is sitting there comforting. And here's the thing, he could have still got killed. They say that the power, that if she has an aneurysm, could kill everything in range of her powers. He's sitting right there. And she just asks, will you sit with me? I'm scared. That's it. And he doesn't hesitate. And he sits on that swing and he holds out his hand to her. And it's because he will not cover. He is a thing of justice, but also he is compassionate.
Hold on. Your moment is Batman taking a risky gamble and being lucky that this kid just doesn't accidentally kill him.
Okay, everyone would risk their lives to save a kid, but would you risk your life just to comfort a kid as she died?
I mean, like, are you asking me personally, or just asking?
Yeah, I don't know if I would. If it's like, well, she's gonna die in 5 seconds, I don't know if I want to risk my. But Batman's oath is that nobody else would have to suffer what he did.
Could do that. Spider-Man can do that. Superman can do that. Batman's not special. Batman is special in my moment
because he's getting over his daddy issues. That's why he's special.
No, he's a character rooted in fear, and he uses fear to intimidate and terrorize the criminals of Gotham. Him saying,
but that scene isn't about him intimidating other people.
Is a clarion cry to the world. He is making his presence known and standing immemorial that Batman is here and he will live immortal. The legend will not die.
But here's the thing. It was only showing one quality of Batman. Here we see his tactics, we see his compassion, we see his uncompromising nature. That is what Batman is. It's not just about.
So Amanda already knows that Bruce wouldn't kill Batman
No,
wouldn't
she
think about it.
doesn't. She does not. She says after that scene, like, of course he wouldn't, but I didn't realize that. She nearly has an assassin kill Terry McGinnis's parents. It isn't until then that she
because
realizes
Amanda
that.
Waller is a cynical character. It's not like Amanda. That doesn't reflect on Bruce being tactical. That just reflects on Amanda being so.
Well,
cynical.
what is Scarecrow doing in this episode? Do you remember? He's stealing from universities. Whoop-de-flippin' do. Call the presses.
All right. All right.
Oh,
We've
That was
heard enough.
That was great.
Okay. Tiki, what you rolling for?
Guys, this might be one of the best debates we've had in a while because you guys are like really going at it. I'm loving it. I'm going back and forth. I'm still not entirely sure, but oh man. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. Jesus.
I know my vote.
You know what? It's super close, but I think just for the sheer passion, I think I'm gonna go Lazerdude.
Okay, that's one for Lazerdude. I was gonna go, but Jacob has an answer, so we're gonna go Jacob next. Jacob, who are you voting for, buddy?
That debate got insane and impassioned, and I'm loving every moment of it. And I just love like all the takes, all the back and forth takes of it. But on the strength of an argument, overall, my point also goes to Lazerdude.
Hey, don't give it to one of the judges.
Let's say Blue Dude.
And oddly enough, we had a person on here. He's still around, but he just goes by a different name, and he used to be called Adventure Blue Dude.
Yeah,
That's kind of, for some reason, my default to that.
Yeah, well, not that it counts, because clearly Lazerdude has won this round. But I gotta tell you, I was, again, first of all, two very excellent picks. Just to kind of critique it slightly real quick is that one thing kind of drove me insane, Rohit. You kept getting the quote wrong, man.
Like, I am vengeance, I am the knight, I am Batman!
Yeah, so that was kind of a little irritating. And a bit of a rocky start on, a little repetitive in the opening with that and getting that quote wrong a couple times. That's just a minor thing. But your argument, I think the argument was very strong. Honestly, at the end of the day, while Lazerdude brought the passion, Lazerdude was hysterical. It was really, I mean,
daddy issues.
that's what I'm saying. So I cannot deter what Lazerdude brought to this argument.
I'm not scared, Dad.
Let's put it this way. I think Lazerdude crosses the finish. I think it's like a Rocky thing where I think ultimately for me, I think Lazerdude's kind of the Rocky in this situation, but I think Rohit's kind of the Apollo Creed. I think my point goes to Rohit ultimately because I think he has made the excellent point of like overrated or not, it is the it is iconic. It is it's. I don't know. He made the point that it's still iconic. It keeps reappearing. He didn't make this point, but the point that this whole new The Batman movie is making quite the meal out of the whole vengeance angle. So, and the fact
also the 9/11 thing. That's the big thing I remember about.
Oh, that was another excellent point. But also, I think ultimately my vote went for Rohit because he went for the kill shot right at the top, the cliche dying kid thing. Like that takes a lot of.
That is a good point. I got to admit, it is a good point.
Well, point being, it's 1-1 right now. Lucas Green in the comments, he made the point about the Arkham Knight. Joker,
although I think that. He did kind of back. I think that Lazerdude did back for. I was like, he has daddy issues. That's not special either.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything Lazerdude said, but I respect how he said it.
I honestly think Lazerdude gets the point for presentation. Honestly,
or to quote Megamind, presentation.
it's like that's a superhero versus just a regular one, I guess. Even though the movie was a villain, but besides the point.
Right, let me check the old Bat piggy bank here. Let me do a little shake here, and nope, sorry, just dimes. No, no gold piece. No mustachioed gold piece. I'm afraid.
And for this particular round, I consulted a particular creature named Man-Bat with his super excellent hearing to see if he heard any of the words that were mentioned. He got nothing, and he screamed and flew. He screamed and flew away.
Yeah, pretty much like a jump scare, and then just kind of ran away, just
Right.
leaving you with some soiled trousers, I'd imagine. Okay.
Yes. Note to self: don't work with actual bats.
Yes. Okay. Who's ready for round 3?
I'm ready.
Always.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. So, in light of the coming Oscars, which I believe the Oscars are this month, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I believe March 25th or something, around there.
That sounds right. Yeah, I think it's like 24th or 25th, whatever Sunday is. So, in light of the coming Oscars and the fact that, if I remember historically, I could be wrong here, like in 2009, they because there was an upset with The Dark Knight not getting nominated, it might have been for other reasons, but at least, for the reasons I like to think in my heart, we expanded the categories because Dark Knight did not get a nomination when it absolutely deserved one. So, in kind of in tribute to all that, which animated Batman movie deserves an Oscar besides Mask of the Phantasm? Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, so besides Phantasm, which I think in our hearts is always kind of the go-to for like the obviously the underrated film that did not get the attention it deserved, and clearly of the Citizen Kane of the Batman films, some might say. Who has what? Rohit, what was your animated Bat film that you believe deserves an Oscar?
The Lego Batman movie that came out in 2017.
Okay. Lazerdude.
The one that Joker beats a kid to death with a crowbar. Under the Red Hood. Batman
Nominated for foreign film, I believe. All right.
Well, it does start in a foreign country.
That's true, Sarajevo, yeah. Okay. Opening statement. Rohit. Go for
The
it.
Lego Batman movie deserves an Oscar on so many levels. The level of visual style, the direction, the way the camera moves back and forth, the voice acting level with Will Arnett, Michael Cera, Rosario Dawson, Zach Galifianakis. It is a stacked cast that played their roles to perfection, and there's a clear arc for Batman of all people that he undergoes through that transforms him into a more caring and loving individual in his own way, and thus initiate the beginning of a Bat family. It's a way better tribute to Warner Brothers properties than Ready Player One or Space Jam 2. It's Gotham City is flourishing with color. The Bat vehicles are inventive, and the movements and the way that the Lego pieces interact and just the level of physical comedy that one gets out of it is just pure cinema perfection. And all of this crystallizes into a complete film that pays tribute to the Bat mythos, but does it in an original story that pushes the character forward and has a balance of drama and humor. That is why I believe the Lego Batman movie deserves an Oscar.
Okay, Lazerdude.
When the book Batman Under the Red Hood came out, it was pretty badly panned. Most people didn't like it. Most people thought bringing back Jason Todd as a character was a bad decision. They thought, why would you do this? This is terrible. And so when Judd Winnick, who wrote the original story, pitched to Bruce Timm and his team to make an animated movie about it, nobody was looking forward to it. Nobody had the hype for it. Nobody thought it would be anything of good because nobody liked the original story to begin with. And that's why it's so impressive that it caught everybody off guard. It did something that no other movie that the era that there was coming out was able to do, and it started something. It made something that was like, it did something that the comics now wanted to do. They like, it fixed something in the comics. It did something better than the comics did. It gave us a performance by multiple great actors. Everyone now wishes they did this story when Jason Eccles was a younger guy, so he could play a grown-up Jason Todd. It is an amazing story, and it combines two different stories, Death in the Family and Under the Red Hood, and puts into one clear package, which is Batman facing his biggest failure head on and what that means. And it is so spectacularly acted all around. The animation is great. The score is great. It is a great dive into the story and probably the best version of Jason Todd's revival that there has ever been. And that's why I do think out of all the animated Batman movies, it deserves an Oscar.
All right, let's start with one thing. The Lego Batman movie has clearly better and more impressive looking animation than Batman Under the Red Hood. Batman Under the Red Hood is serviceable animation, but it's not on any level equivalent to the animation stylistic choices that are made in the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, sure. But here's my argument. Lego Batman is not a Batman movie because here's the thing. It's Lego Batman in the thing is not Batman. He's a child's interpretation of Batman. And so when you give that character a thing, now his character is filled with ego and how great he is and over-the-top stuff which is not characteristics of Batman. It's a parody of Batman. This is like nominating a Weird Al song for a Grammy. It just shouldn't count.
I disagree because the thing is, the Lego Batman movie, while it pokes fun at Batman, it is clearly a love letter to the character and to his history and popular culture. Like in the montage that goes through the moments in Batman and Batman history, and underneath all that humor, all that farce, there is a heart. There is a beating story about Batman.
A predictable heart. Anybody watching this movie can see where it's going from the very beginning.
Batman having to deal with a violent vigilante that challenges him because he doesn't go far enough isn't cliche, right?
This is different. No. I'm glad you brought this up because Jason Todd as the Red Hood is a different perspective than he's ever been challenged. It's not just a vigilante who will kill people. No. He is taking over the drug kingpin. He is a criminal, but unlike everybody else, he's controlling it, which is an interesting perspective. It's different from any other Batman villain or vigilante.
Hold on. It's set in the film, but we never actually see what's the actual outcome of Jason Todd's actions as the Red Hood. All what is done with the character is just his relationship with Bruce. Not to say it's bad, but
we hear Alfred talk about how violent crime is down.
It's talked about, but we don't actually see the conditions of Gotham changing. A story just sets up that beat, then drops it, and then focuses on Jason being mad at Bruce for not avenging him after Joker kills him. That's the main arc. But the thing is, with the Lego Batman movie, it's an involved movie that has Bruce, Alfred, Dick Grayson, Robin, Barbara Gordon, all them.
Yeah, now tell me, how is that Robin like Dick Grayson?
What?
How is the Robin like Dick Grayson? He is an idiot, wide-eyed idiot. How is that like Dick Grayson at all?
I didn't say he was like. I just said he.
I'm just saying it doesn't get the characters right. It changes Barbara into the police commissioner because it's an empowering thing, but it's not trying to get the characters right from the comic.
Hold on. Batman is such a malleable property that various permutations of that character can be valid in its own right. And I argue the Lego Batman movie and its depiction of Batman and the world in it is as valid as any other interpretation of Batman.
Well, fair enough. But let me tell you this. It's Joker sucks.
No, Joker is immensely great in the movie.
He is a needy guy that just wants Batman to kiss him already. That is the angle that they're going at.
Funny, it's vulnerable, and
what is the funniest Joker line
between Batman and Joker is an interesting dynamic because in the beginning of the movie, Batman doesn't regard Joker as anything, and then throughout the arc of the movie, Batman grows to appreciate others, and in a humorous and dramatic way, relies upon his relationship with the Joker to help save Gotham City.
Yeah, that's like Batman teaming up with Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. That makes no sense. It goes against everything.
No,
that is a Batman character. And let me tell you this: all your heart moments.
That movie's version of Batman Joker wouldn't team up. In this movie, with the arc that Bruce Wayne, played by Will Arnett, goes through, it makes sense for him to team up with the Joker for this particular circumstance.
But it doesn't make sense for Batman.
No, hold on. Batman is a malleable character, and the version that's played by Will Arnett in this movie is a valid interpretation of Batman because ultimately he's a character that's played by loneliness and goes through an arc to where he becomes more compassionate and gets to start a family and deals with the pain and anguish of not having a family growing up.
Let's get down to the brass tacks, though. When it comes to, is this Oscar worthy? What is the one scene where you would say, is Oscar. For me, I have to pick the scene in the apartment where Jason has Joker and he has Batman, and he's basically pleading with Batman. It's like, why didn't you avenge me? Why didn't you? I was killed by this maniac, and you did nothing. You didn't save me. You didn't avenge me. What good are you? You know, and Batman's like, I cannot do that. And not because it's too hard, because it's so easy. I could kill anybody, but it's a path that I will not go down. And it's because Batman is on the edge of sanity. If he goes down and starts killing the Joker and stuff like that, he will not come back. He will go down the path of a dark, terrible person who will do terrible, terrible things. And there's nothing in the Lego Batman movie that can measure to that, because everything is predictable from the get-go.
That scene was also found in The Dark Knight, where Harvey Dent as Two-Face chastises Bruce for thinking there's hope in the city. All the scenes that you would sign in Under the Red Hood are scenes that happen in other Batman films.
That is not the same thing. Where a child that was under your responsibility is begging for you to do something, and he will not do it because he's so uncompromising.
No. But just the general idea of like a former friend or ally of Bruce, like chastising him for his failures. That's happened a dime a dozen Batman stories. Whereas the Lego Batman movie,
2 is a dime a dozen.
What?
2 is a dime a dozen, apparently.
No, that I'm talking about former friend or former ally criticizing Bruce for not going far enough in dealing with the crime of God. That's happened many times. The Lego Batman movie has reverence for Batman's character, because ultimately Batman is a character for children. Like, he's a guy that wears a Batwing costume and goes out at night, and Lego Batman
doesn't mean it makes it good or better than Under the Red Hood.
No, you can recognize absurdity, but play it straight and have fun with it. And I think ultimately, the movie shows a level of art, and also the visual animation quality of the Lego Batman movie just demolishes anything that the Under the Red Hood movie does, visually speaking. Under the Red Hood has 3D models or whatever, cars.
Yeah, because we're not judging studio. I'm talking. What is the moment in Batman, Lego Batman, that makes it Oscar worthy? What is the moment that drives home the message? What is the moment that leaves your audience captivated on your edge of your seat and looking up the scene on YouTube a million times? What is that moment in Lego Batman?
I would say the moment where Batman's basically in heaven and is looking at how he's portrayed and acted in the past movie and making the conscious decision of becoming a better, more.
I didn't even remember that scene existed. Honestly, you're just reminding me.
Okay. I think we got it. All right. I'm going to cast the first vote here.
Okay.
I vote Lazerdude. Jacob. How you feeling, friend?
Mike, Jacob.
Ugh.
Good on you, Mike.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, well,
I'm battling being sick. I'm sorry.
True.
Like I said, again, it was a back and forth. Thing. You guys are really firing on all cylinders tonight. So I'm kind of impressed with that. But no, as much as it pains me to say that, I think I'm going to go with Lego Batman for this. I think Rohith had a stronger back and forth and defended his film better than than Lazerdude did.
Yeah, this is a first for tonight. We're kind of deadlocked. Tiki, break the tie. Break some hearts and break the tie.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, this to me wasn't close, if I'm being honest. I thought Rohith really knocked it out of the park with Lego Batman. I don't know. I just think Red Hood, like Lazerdude, basically just kept arguing the thematic significance, whereas I felt like Rohith's argument was much more well-rounded as far as animation, themes, characters, style. And honestly, Lazerdude kind of had some. No offense, Lazerdude, I love you, but Galifianakis is not a bad Joker.
I don't think he is. I didn't like him in the first time I watched it.
But I don't know. I think it's pretty cut and dry that I would give it to Rohith.
I mean, honestly, it's if I had to pick it based on the movie, I would go with the Red Hood. On the argument, though, it definitely is Lego Batman.
All right, well, there we have it.
I'm curious, Jacob and Dragon, what would you pick for this?
I would have gone Dark Knight Returns, the animated.
That's
the
fair.
adaptation.
Well,
That's what I
here's the
would
thing.
have gone.
I was
Part one or part
considering that,
two?
but like which part?
Well, I'd say the whole film.
No, that
But
doesn't count.
it came out in two
Yes,
different
it does.
films.
They released it as one. It was made as one. They just wanted more money, so they released
Oh my
it as
God.
two. Okay, it counts as one film.
Well, I didn't know if that would count.
Well, you could have asked.
No, it's okay. I stand by my choice.
All right.
Um,
Okay. So,
And I would
wouldn't
have honestly gone Return of the Caped Crusaders for kind of like similar arguments.
That's
to,
a good. That's a
Lego
good
Batman.
pick. That would have been a good pick.
Just as far as like, it's not the Batman that most people are familiar with, but goddamn, is it a valid interpretation of that Batman?
And then, all honesty, though, if I didn't have those choices, I probably would have gone with Under the Red Hood myself.
All right. And Lucas Green in the comments. What was his pick, Tiki?
His pick was Return of the Joker, another
Yeah,
solid
good
one.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
There's a lot of good choices out here. I would say Long Halloween, specifically Part 1 as well.
I haven't seen that one actually. I haven't gotten around to it.
Laser,
I haven't seen
did you hear that? Did you hear that the Long Halloween Part 1 is a movie?
Okay.
Running gag. This is a movie.
All right.
I'll pretend I understood that reference.
Okay. Anyway, trucking on through here. Let me check. Let me check some 40s payphones here. Let me see. Let's see if we got anything here. I got a coin,
Oh boy.
Yeah,
but it's chocolate.
yeah, I know Dragon's MO at this point.
Do you?
What
There
if
a
you
chocolate
unwrap
villain?
a chocolate coin and it's going to be
But-
like a chocolate version of the Gordon coin or something like
I
that?
thought I was going to say, does the chocolate coin have a mustache on it?
Right, exactly. All right, Dragon, is there really no coin this round?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there is going to be a coin though, and both of you are playing your hearts out. So I'm very curious to see how this plays out.
Jacob, did anyone say the secret word?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go to the coin that is offered, the optional coin that is offered to both our players, because they made it past the 3 rounds. We're going to reward them. Who's feeling lucky? Who's feeling lucky? So right now, Rohith has 2 points. Lazerdude has 1 point. Rohith, would you like to flip?
Nope.
Okay, Lazerdude, would you like to flip?
Now, just to be clear, I'd be risking one of my points then, right?
Indeed, you would. But you'd also
I'm
be
good.
Gain
risking
a
the
point,
reward.
tails, you lose a point.
Yes.
I'll be good. I'm good.
Okay.
So
All right.
nobody flips.
All right.
I'd flipped it off, but
Face's worst nightmare. We got it. Okay, so so we now enter the speed round. Now, the way the speed round works is it's 30 seconds on the clock, followed by a 15-second rebuttal. You go back and forth. You both start with 30 seconds, then you go around again. You have 15 seconds each.
Got it.
All right, and whoever speaks first goes first. And also, we are taking audience questions. So Lucas Green, whoever else might watch or tune in, we have a few pre-submitted. But again, if you want to lob some speed round questions at us, we'll be inclined to use them, and you get to decide who made the better argument, who gets the point for your question.
It's interactive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So at this point, it's still a race to 5 points. First to 5 points wins, and let's just say the speed round. The crazy's just getting started.
Oh God.
The game's
I've been
only
in
half over.
asylum. I'm good.
The game's only half over.
Hey,
Yep.
Dragon, I'm curious.
We're in the asylum now.
I'm sure the Mad Hatter is probably the more likely person to have this quote, but has the Joker ever had a quote to that's basically kind of like the Cheshire Cat, like, "Oh, we're all mad here."
Arkham Asylum, the book.
Really? Nice, cool.
Yeah.
They're talking about Serious House on Serious Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all mad here. Nice.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
if Joker. I'm pretty sure he says it, but if not, it comes up in the book.
He says something like that. I know. I don't know if it's precisely that quote, but it sounds close to it. So,
I think
yeah.
he does. I
Believe it or
think when
not-
he introduces Batman to the asylum, when he first brings him in, he says that.
Believe it or
Joe-
not, that was actually kind of a Mandela effect for me because I've been rewatching the Disney movies, and in the Disney movie, I always thought the line was exactly how I said it, like, "Oh, we're all mad here," but instead it's, "Oh, most everyone's mad here," and I'm like, "God damn it, I don't remember it being that wordy." Anyway.
Most
Roll
everyone.
that
Situation.
Tad Strange is here. He's not weird.
All right, so Lucas Green in the comments is it two? Wait a minute, I'm just want to make sure he's not pitching us a question here. He's just asking the. He's just asking about the Two-Face coin.
The two?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now go on. They can do it.
Two-Face flipped the coin and someone grabbed him before his hand catched it, or caught it, I guess. Would that mean Two-Face can't kill his victim, but he can't spare him either, or right?
I think you would kill the guy for catching your coin, and then you flip it again.
Well, wouldn't you have to flip another coin to decide to kill the guy?
No,
not?
he interviewed. He interfered in justice. His fate has been decided.
I see.
All right, so we're going to start with a pre-submitted question. I don't think he's here to judge it, so we're going to have to do that part on our own. But we had a really good question that kind of lined up with the question we were going to ask anyway. So Mutale Munashiku, our buddy, we've done some stuff with him before. Mm-hmm. Mutale asks. Metala's question is, given the fact that Tiki and I constantly say this on a regular basis, we have never had a bad version of this character. Yes. The question is, best Alfred. Who is the best Alfred?
Oh, man.
Can be in media, period. So best Alfred that's been adapted, either in animation or live action or games, what have you. Best
Michael Caine and Chris Nolan's Dark Knight Trilogy.
Okay, this means Rohit's going first with
Michael Caine.
Oh. I'll go with Michael Goff.
Michael versus Michael. No Keaton involved.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to Andy Serkis, but
yeah, he was the one exception too.
There, like Sean Pertwee's just over there in the corner, like, "Hey, I gave 5 long years to this character."
I met that guy. He's nice.
I honestly probably would have picked him in this question. All right.
I would have gone with Zimbalist, but that would have been me. Oh, Lucas Green has a good pick, but we'll save that for later.
Okay. Where was Pertwee the Alfred?
Gotham.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
the TV show. All right.
Never watched Gotham.
I think it might have had the best Alfred ever, honestly.
Okay.
I was considering it, but I don't remember enough about him to debate it.
Oh, I remember a lot.
Rohit, when you're ready.
Michael Caine is the best iteration of Alfred because he has not only the humanity vulnerability when he interacts with Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne, but he also gets the humor, the sass, like the lines about like, "Oh, that's definitely you have to be subtle when bringing a Lamborghini out in the Dark Knight, or applying your bloody suntan lotion to the Russian ballerinas when Bruce has to like get loud in Hong Kong." Michael Caine has both the humor, the vulnerability, and sort of the presence.
Excuse me. All right, so I guess I just got to get going. All right. Here's the reason why Michael Goth is the best Alfred, and it's the one reason is that he's the only good thing about the Batman and Robin movie. I mean, when you think about it, if you are in a movie as terrible as Batman and Robin and you can make it actually somewhat decent in some way, shape, or form, you are absolutely the best Batman. He has the sass just as well as anybody. He has a lot of fun moments. And most of all, he looks as much close to Alfred as possible as you can do it. He has the typical Butler thing down, but he's just the best part about a lot of these movies, even when they go bad.
Michael Caine actually punched someone and saved Bruce's life in Batman Begins. He's able to have like really vulnerable scenes with not just Christian Bale's Batman, but with the child actor who played young Bruce. Whereas Michael Gough, he is just a generic, tiny, predictable man.
Well, here's the big thing about Michael Caine is that he gets off. He takes off for the last movie. Alfred is supposed to be the guy that will never leave Bruce no matter what. And the reason that he leaves is super forced. Where Michael Gough is always by his side, but still a critical figure and father figure in his life.
All right. Unfortunately, Mutali, I'm pretty sure, is not here, but I'm going to let Tiki judge this one. Tiki.
Okay. Oh, this is tough. I was going with Rohit right up until that Dark Knight Rises point, and honestly, that Dark Knight Rises point tipped it over the edge. I got to go with Lazerdude there.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go with Lazerdude on that point. I just gotta. It was too good of a point. All right.
I don't believe the word was said, but Jacob, yay or nay? Word?
Nay.
Okay, nay. All right. Lucas Green, his Alfred was, I believe, the Alistair Duncan Alfred from the Batman in 2004, which is, by the way, a very underrated and good Alfred, and the Alfred in Long Halloween, if I recall.
Underrated Alfred for sure. Underrated show for sure.
Yeah, I really love that Alfred.
How was the Alfred from Beware the Batman?
He is good. He's kind of like in the Sean Pertwee camp. He's good too.
I'm surprised neither of us picked the Efron Zimbalist Jr.
Yeah, that's the thing. Zimbalist is like the Conroy of Alfreds, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it's because he doesn't have too many heartwarming moments. He's got the sass down, but he doesn't have the heartwarming moments that the other ones do.
Who what are you saying? Zimbalist doesn't have any heartwarming moments?
We're talking about the animated series Alfred, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I think he's just saying he doesn't have it.
I diapered your bottom or something. Like, I don't know. Just nothing's coming to mind.
Oh, and it was.
All right.
I think
we're gonna. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm gonna table that.
I know Dragon can cite a bunch of examples.
All right. Okay,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying none came to mind, and I needed to debate it.
What? Okay. That's fine.
All right.
Okay. So. Okay. Let me check. Speaking of the arguments, I'm going to use some detective vision here. I'm gonna look for some interactive elements here, and bingo, we got the Gordon Gold piece.
Okay. And technically, the Gordon from Arkham Origins could have been a good pick too.
Yeah.
Batman Year One as well.
Yeah.
A lot of them, it's just they don't have enough screen time to really warrant it.
Batman Year One has a lot of screen time. All right. Anyway.
Yes. So this coin is offered to Lazerdude. Lazerdude, do you want to flip? Because it's offered to the winner. Again, it's the same principle.
And you have 2 too, so you wouldn't be losing as much.
It's the same principle.
No, I as soon as I got it tied, if I don't want to fall behind, I just got.
God damn it! Fine.
Well, remember, if they say the phrase, we're going to need that coin. If they say
I know.
Boring.
Hey, I'm not saying I won't use it. I'm just saying it has to strategically make sense for me.
No, I feel you.
Well, you're not going to be all. You can't use it later. It's now or never.
Yeah, it's now or never, buddy.
Well, then never mind. It doesn't make sense for me to use it now.
All right, fair enough.
There we go. All right.
It's a one and done. It's a one and done deal. and by the way, if you say the word, you're unable to refuse.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go with the wheel question.
Okay.
The question that separates the boys from the men, the Batmen, that is. Let's go to the wheel of bats. All right. So the way this works: spin the wheel, win an answer. Only then comes the question.
All right, Lazerdude, you won the last point. Would you like to spin first or second?
Ooh, I'll do second.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we'll spin first for Rohith.
I'm going to start with RD, followed by LD.
Oh.
Oh. Well, okay, Rohith.
Well, you better hope that the question isn't what is the worst Batman movie.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah. See how that rewards him.
All right.
Let's see what Lazerdude's gonna get.
Yes.
Gonna be
Answer.
Oh my
man,
gosh.
it's literally
Crap.
the best versus the worst. I love it.
Okay, who's ready for the question? Who wants to know what the question?
I just want to point this out.
Please let it be negative.
I just want to point this out. It really bothers my OCD that there's 2 yellow spaces right next to each other.
Well, I think that's what happens. I think that's what happens when you delete one of them. It doesn't change the colors. It just
that would make sense.
All right, so I love this, guys. Batman and Robin versus Phantasm. No matter what the question is, this is going to be interesting.
Okay, here is the question.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got a new Batman film out. And of course, with every new Batman film, very rarely is this not the case. There is a new Batmobile, which puts the cars on our minds. So the question is, what is the Batmobile of all time? What is the all-time Batmobile?
Chick dig the car.
It's a literal wheel of Batman.
Of course, Phantasm has the animated series car, and Batman Robin has, well, the Schumacher Batman Robin car.
Does it? I think he just drives the bat cycle and bat plane in that movie.
No.
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 I'm really trying to disqualify this question.
Oh man.
You're really questioning Dragon on Batman knowledge?
Are you really asking? Are you seriously asking me if there's a Batmobile in that movie?
Well, I mean, like I said, the movie literally starts with the chicks dig the car thing. So
Well,
yeah,
no, that's Batman Forever, Tiki.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
It is.
Oh, I thought.
No,
Batman
it's not.
Forever
Actually,
was
no,
the
it's
whole,
not.
like-
That's
Oh
Batman and
no,
Robin.
Lazerdude, you are completely wrong on that. Come on.
Chick dig the car. Robin wasn't even in that.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
He
Chicks
said
dig
that
the
to
car is
Chase
absolutely
Meridian.
Batman
He
and
said it
Robin.
to Chase Meridian on the roof. What do you like about me?
Okay,
Chicks dig
he
the car,
does
right?
say
Chicks dig
that
the
there,
car.
but Robin also says chicks dig the car in the beginning of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Dragon,
he doesn't.
I'm fighting you on this one, buddy.
Are
He
you
is. I will
insane?
challenge
Are you
for a
really
point.
asking me this?
I will challenge for a point.
God.
Let me say, okay, so it's like,
Dragon,
Whatever.
the opening gag in Batman.
I want the
Forever-
car.
No,
Chicks
hold on.
dig the car.
Lazerdude,
Okay.
hold on. The opening line in Batman Forever is the Alfred, like, shall I pack a lunch, sir? I'll get drive-through. That's the opening joke in Batman Forever, Dragon. Robin's not even there.
I'm talking about later in Batman Forever on the rooftop is
Guys,
when he says that line to
All right,
Chase
this is a
Meridian.
whole. This is
You're
a whole
both right. We're both right.
Yes,
This
Like he
is a
does say that to
Mandela
Chase
effect.
Robin
Meridian.
echoes
Robin
that
does
line
say that in Batman and Robin.
Yes, and Robin echoes the line in Batman and Robin. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're okay.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that got out of hand.
The point being, we have like the whole
We're
"this is why
adults.
Superman works alone" thing, which is around the car in Batman and Robin, which we do actually drive that car. Case closed. Rohit, when you're ready.
Rohit has Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes.
And Rohit didn't even say a single word throughout that entire
I know, right?
stuff.
He knows who's right.
So the Batmobile and Batman Mask of Phantasm, it's sleek, it's dynamic, and it's evocative of like the sleek Lincoln, vehicles of the 40s and 50s. It's the classic and iconic Batman design that little kids just had on their hands and drove it, around in Saturday mornings as they're watching episodes of Batman. It's evocative of the design and the aesthetic of Batman and the world.
Okay. Who didn't love having a big Batmobile with a big spotlight on it? It was super, had the big wings. It was super slow, but it looked interesting for children. Nobody's going to buy that big, long toy there. They're going to buy the smaller ones. I know because I had it. And I am so screwed. I still don't think that there was a Batmobile in Mask of the Phantasm. He only has the Batwing and the bike.
Okay, real quick before he speaks, I'm just going to make the point. The car is absolutely, it's briefly, but absolutely in Phantasm. Okay, go
What
on
scene?
whenever you're ready. What scene? The scene where he doesn't fall for the trap the police set with the bat signal, and he goes off to the cemetery, I think.
Dang it.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
right.
Yeah, maybe.
When you're ready.
The problem with the Batmobile and Batman and Robin is that it's incredibly toyetic, and that's something that was admitted by Joel Schumacher himself when making Batman and Robin. It's indicative of the worst qualities of 90s commercialism. It has a very ugly fin on the top of it.
I know! That's it! I forfeit the point! Give it to me!
All right.
I got nothing! This was, I should have got first.
Okay, well, I think that one's pretty clear cut.
That's the way the game rolls.
Yep, I think Lazerdude gets the point.
Honesty?
kidding.
Do I get a point for honesty?
No, I'm kidding. He doesn't get the point at all on that. No.
All right. Lazerdude, honestly, I feel like if you would have just like ramped up the hyperboil, I would have given you a point if you would have kept the act up the whole time. And
You should have gone full extreme '90s commercial.
That's what I'm saying.
You say that now, but could you honestly say? Can you honestly say to me that there's any world where you would have voted the Batman and Robin Batmobile over the Batman the Animated Series Batmobile?
Honestly, Lazerdude, I gotta be frank. I don't think Rohith really had that good an argument. I think you could have dismantled him based on his argument. Not based on having the better pick, but based on, I think you could have overwritten him.
Fair enough. It's hard to debate something I don't agree with.
If I were you, I would have made the point about, well, toyetic. I mean, yes.
I just want to throw out here that I am the one person in this room that loves Batman and Robin.
I mean, I haven't even seen Batman and Robin, so
you mean to tell me you haven't seen Batman and Robin?
It's a so bad it's good masterpiece.
No, I've only seen Batman and Batman Returns when it comes to that era of Batman movies.
Okay, fair enough. I'm shocked, but okay. All right.
I mean, they're on HBO Max, so I can watch them now. But I haven't actually watched the two Joel Schumacher.
Don't waste your life.
So Lucas Green in the comments says the Batman Beyond Batmobile, which was on the table because Return of the Joker was put on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm taking it.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So that brings us to Jacob. We got to get a really good one in here. So what do you think? You want to go with the big question or the other big question that's a little more kind of traditional? Let's say.
Is the big question or the other big question?
The big question or the traditionally big question?
Let's go with the traditional big question first.
Okay. So, ordinarily on Disney debates, we usually have a recurring question that involves Muppets. Now, we're not in the same sandbox, so we had to alter it a little bit.
What? Wait. No Muppet question. Come on now.
Do you want to interrupt? Do you want to keep going, mister?
Okay, go ahead. All
right.
Don't fuck with my Muppet question, Dragon. You know, you've done that before.
Can you sit down?
All right, I'm sorry.
All right. Which Sesame Street character should become the next Robin? As in, which Sesame Street character?
I'm fine with that.
Should Batman pick and train as the next Robin? He's got a bunch of them. Who should?
It's Muppet adjacent.
Grover. Grover.
Who said that?
I did. Lazerdude.
Okay.
Elmo.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Rohith?
Elmo.
Really? Okay. Jacob and I have some suggestions, but I want to see where this goes. All right.
Batman should totally train the Count.
That would be on brand. That's another really
thematically it fits too well.
Jacob, how did we not think of that? But
here's the reason why Grover should be the best Muppet to be the next Robin. It's because
Hold on.
Okay, I didn't say anything.
All right. Yeah, we need to queue you up so then I can do the stopwatch.
Tiki, are you in place?
Yes, I am.
When you're ready, Lazerdude, go on.
Here's the reason why Grover should be the Robin, because he's indestructible. That guy flies into buildings, into stuff. He can never get hurt. This is the one time Batman can have a sidekick who will not die, who will not get hurt. He is totally fearless as well. He will dive straight on into danger. Batman can basically just use him as a weapon and smack everybody with him. Can you imagine my Grover rang and just throws him around and whacks everybody? Grover is the perfect, fearless, unkillable sidekick that Batman deserves.
But not the one he needs. that doesn't count towards my deliberation or anything. I'm just,
All right.
Elmo should be the next Robin because he has something that's important to Batman and to being Robin. He has heart, he has the light. Batman needs a Robin to ground him, to take him away from the brink of madness, the brink of insanity. The light that Dick Grayson brought as Robin and all the future Robins is what keeps Batman focused on being a savior of Gotham. Elmo being in the role of Robin helps to keep Bruce on the side of the good.
Alright. Well, here's the thing why Elmo just doesn't work. Is because Elmo will not fight. Batman would be like, Elmo, go get the Joker. I want a Joker. I want a Joker. We want to friends. And then Joker just slits his throat and he's on the ground right there. You want that to happen?
Grover would not be a good choice for Robin because you need a young character, someone that looks at the Batman. And Elmo, him being a young, impressionable person, can look at the Batman and see him as a mentor. And that's what the Robin role is. A young person to be there to keep breathing the life.
Okay, there's a lot here, so I just want to make sure we get all our beats. Okay. I'm going to let Jacob call this round. And then Jacob and I will share some of our ideas and then also the comments what we got going on here. So, Jacob, who are you voting for?
I'm going to go with Lazerdude on this.
Okay. All right, it's tied up. It's 3-3. Now, when Jacob and I were kicking around this question, first of all, question inspired by the fact that Batman was a guest on Elmo's talk show on HBO Max.
Wait, no way.
Yes.
It was.
It was the fictional embodiment of Batman. Showed up as a guy in a bat suit, showed up as Batman, and interviewed
That's
him.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The original version on this question was like, who should he interview? Which should he interview next, or something along those lines?
Which Batman character should Elmo interview next?
Yeah.
Basically.
Then we kind of realized that kind of stunk, so then we upgraded it.
Yeah, so these things are.
I would vote for Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze.
Anyway, so
that would be a hell of an interview too.
So who were our go-to Robins, Jacob?
Well, the ones we put with the ones you
Robin
and I threw.
Is Robin.
Yes.
I know he's not a Sesame Street character. I'm just saying that's funny wordplay.
The ones that we threw around. I think I don't remember who came up with which, but Cookie Monster and Big Bird.
Big Bird would be really good.
So my gag, so Big Bird would be hilarious because no one's going to want to fight Big Bird because he's Big Bird. It's like
right.
Here's the thing: Batman would not have a sidekick taller than him. That's the problem.
Why wouldn't he? You know how much when you want a bigger guy to back you up?
No, because then everyone's going to be like, "Look, it's Big Bird and Batman." Not Batman.
Obviously, Big Bird for the pun of it all.
First of all, I just have to point out that sentence is delightful. Look, it's Big Bird and Batman.
Also, would Big Bird even fit in the Batmobile?
Well, no. Sidecar. He'd sidecar in the Batcycle.
Batmobile from Batman and Robin. It doesn't have a roof.
What if the Batmobile had some sort of like retractable roof?
And also, and with the Cookie Monster, it was like Batman would just throw cookies at the enemies. And Cookie Monster would go nuts.
Oh my god, yes.
That was my pitch.
Did I devour more people?
Oh my god.
Imagine that. That's
would
how
that
Batman
break
would train
his rule, though?
Well, no, he wouldn't kill him. He just terrify him. It's the fear aspect of that.
I did not need to eat the condiment king.
I'm going to be like the Jason Todd approach. You'd be like, he has to rein him in a little bit, but ideally he would not kill him.
I thought you were going to say which Sesame Street character would be a good villain, and I was just ready to jump and say Oscar the Grouch.
I was going to say, if it was
spreading trash everywhere.
That one actually would be the Jason Todd, be under the red
I
lid.
feel like the Count would also be an amazing Batman villain.
Yeah, which I'm surprised being
Batman, I have three dead bodies in my basement.
So here's the thing. Before we move on, the Count would be a perfect oracle for Batman because he'd be able to count all the obstacles and everything on the other end of the line.
Bob clap.
Batman, there are 5 cop cars at the other side of the road waiting for you, Batman.
Batman,
you had 3 stab
cookies. 3 cookies.
3 stab moves.
So is the round over?
Yes, it is. So
Lazerdude said one of the words.
Oh no!
shoot.
Oh god!
Wait a minute. Are you sure he said one of the words?
Yeah, it wasn't during the actual round, but in between.
Oh,
he said he mentioned the Condiment King.
Yes, he did.
Crap!
Crap!
Shit. How did I get that and you didn't get that for Lego Batman?
I know. I was on the edge of my seat during that one and expecting him to list off the villains, which would include the Condiment King. I didn't say it.
Oh, man.
Yep, it wasn't in the round, but you did say the word.
Okay. Yep. I mean, it's on after we started the whole thing, so it counts.
I believe it or not, that was our obscure one.
Yeah, I didn't expect Condiment King to really be said. All right, so again, it's gonna come up in later.
That's what you get for trying to make a joke, Lazerdude.
Well, that's what he gets for not flipping it all.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I think he hurt the coin's feelings earlier, so it came back with a vengeance. So with the penalty penny, the giant penalty penny is in effect. So we're gonna flip it and see what it
All right,
gets.
Dragon, it's gonna. I'm gonna have to put my whole back into this, but there we go. Flip.
Yep, we've hit the giant forklift, and he's
That
getting
good?
the heads. No, it's
None
not.
of them. Neither one of the sides would be good.
All right, so
Dragon, why don't you tell the lucky contestant what he could have had if he flipped tails?
Had he flipped tails, it would have enacted a new practice. It would have been the caveat. So the caveat would have been the opponent during the speed round, during the next available speed round, the opponent would be able to give you a caveat of like an argument you could not make or a point you could not make.
Right.
Pick.
Okay.
So what do I get?
That's what tails was. Now heads, you lose half a point, sir.
Half a point.
Half a point? What?
Half a point.
I might as well. Is there any way to gain half a point?
Nope.
So I basically lost the whole point.
No. Again, it's the first of 5 who wins. So that means if you get to basically means you have to play an extra
I
round.
have to.
Oh
Yeah,
man!
If you
That
took
means you have no way of getting the 5 before him. Yeah.
Oh god, that's a nasty penalty.
Yeah, well, I told you. It's a two-face. We have coins. We have two-face coins. And it's a giant penny. It's.
And the way logistics goes, it kind of is the same as losing a whole point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it should just be losing a point.
Well, what's wrong with why we hate the half? Well, what's wrong with the half?
Now,
It's so much like Larry David right there, Dragon.
If I can't gain the half a point,
I know you can't get anywhere. Okay, we're gonna move on before I go into a war with Mocha Joe. We're just gonna move on.
All right.
So, all right. Okay. Which Batman villain should be adapted in live action next? That hasn't been already.
Oh man.
Now, also, I'm going to remind Lucas and the folks in the comments, folks, if you want to pitch us any questions, we can fit them in for sure.
Clarification. Does this mean like that hasn't had a standalone movie about them, or has not been in any movie or ever?
In a live action film, period. Any of the DC live action films, either a Batman film or
does this count people who have been casted in but has not yet portrayed?
Like Firefly would count because he's been cast. Yeah, if you're asking.
Okay, there you go. That you read my mind.
Yeah. So that means you can't use Firefly. Yeah.
I think Brendan Fraser is a really good casting call for Firefly. By the
I wonder
way,
how he's going to look in the costume.
I'm excited for that.
Let's see
who's
going with what here.
Wait, who is he in?
He's playing Firefly in the Batgirl movie.
Ah.
He's really good in Doom Patrol.
I know. I
Doom
need
Patrol's
to check out
amazing.
Doom Patrol because of him.
Oh, I'm trying to think of who hasn't been yet.
Well, if you throw a guess, I'll tell you if he's been in it or not. Or if the villain's been in it or not.
No, I'm ruling them out myself as we go.
Okay.
I still want to do our other big question.
Oh, well, we definitely have time to get to it now. So
like, it hasn't been portrayed in live action. We're just counting film. So, like, Gotham, there's a lot of live action Bat villains in that show, right?
It's basically theatrical.
Yeah, just theatrical. The Gotham doesn't count. You don't have to worry about Gotham.
And neither does any animation.
Clock King, Lazerdude says Clock King.
Okay, Lazerdude's got clocking.
The Mad Hatter.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Going with the Mad Hatter.
Both very good choices.
Yes, they are.
I would have gone either Man Bat or Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface probably would have been the go-to for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Scarface?
Scarface or Clocking would have been my go-tos, but we're going to see how.
And Scarface. I always thought like the character's name is actually the ventriloquist, but since we know Scarface is a dominant personality, we always refer to
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Lucas Green says Clayface.
So
it's another good one.
I'm actually kind of surprised they've never done Clayface.
Yeah.
It might be harder to do him in live action.
Right.
Well, they're also trying to do like they're always serious, and Clayface you still need to dive a little bit into the silly to do it.
That's true.
Yep.
Right. Hey, the animated series pulled him off quite well.
Oh no, I know, but you still have to do
Gotham,
the world with powers, which Batman movies are always afraid to do all the time.
All right, Lazerdude, you have I already
30
forgot what you have. I'm sorry.
Wait, just hold on. Just pause for a second. can we can at least? I mean, I don't know if I can speak for Lazerdude on this, but can we offer like a casting choice for the villain or no?
I mean, you can.
if
Can we do it
using
after the
using your
timer
time,
so we
then
don't have
yeah.
to think about that?
What?
I was saying, I'm okay with doing a casting choice for the character, but I don't want to spend all my time thinking about it.
Yeah, so you don't have to. If you want to, you can. It's your call. Whatever you want to do. You don't
Okay.
have to.
It's like you can use it to bolster your argument, but it won't make or break it.
Yeah, you guys have 45 seconds. Use it however you see fit.
Okay. 45 seconds, did you say?
Yeah, totally.
Well, I mean, like 30 and then 15.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason that Clock King would work so good in any movie is because he's unlike any villain that we've ever seen. He's a villain that uses precise time and everything. And with today's technology, what you could do with somebody who has just a smartphone and anything and just the mastery of time, you could do so much amazing things with it. He's also unlike any other villain because he's not a big buff guy, but he's a mental match for Batman. It is definitely a villain that would be unlike any other, but still using a twisted sense of justice with his time.
The Mad Hatter would be a great choice to see in a live-action Batman film because he's one of the few villains that's actually demented, that is detached from reality. Jarvis Sedge has mind control technology, has some implicit, really icky power dynamics with all the women that he kidnaps and has them pretend to be Alice. The Lewis Carroll Wonderland aesthetic and visuals that would surround Batman and the dark, demented psychodrama there would be fundamentally great.
I think the number one reason why they're never going to do the Mad Hatter is because he kidnaps women and takes advantage of them, and nobody wants to see a story with a villain who's basically raping his victims. I'm sorry, that's dark and sorry to say, but that's not a fun movie that you can market to kids or anybody, really, when he's taking advantage of women.
Yes, because a guy who's really good, who's really punctual, is going to be a fun movie villain. The Mad Hatter at least has a demented side that can entrance and horrify audiences and really make him a standout villain among the Batman villains in film history.
Well, I know who I'm leaning to, but who's going to cast the point?
Okay, I'm going to cast the point, but Jacob, tell me who you're leaning with right now.
So, have you already made your decision? And my decision was...
I've made my decision. I'm just wondering where you're leaning.
I'm also leaning towards Rohith. Mad Hatter.
Really? Interesting.
Yep.
Is there a reason why?
I think he defended he made a better point as to how Mad Hatter could actually be a good, even theatrical villain, and I think he defended his point better against what Lazerdude said.
Okay. Well, I'm giving it to Lazerdude because I think he had an excellent takedown for the Mad Hatter. He had a really good kind of setup for the Clock King. I'll admit Rohit also had a good setup, but I don't know. I think it came a little bit.
I honestly think that Mad Hatter would make a lot of sense for a sequel to the Batman.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
As far as dark and disturbing goes.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm sure even Matt Reeves could probably even turn the Clock King into a dark villain.
Oh, that's true.
Hey, he was great in Arrow.
He was really good in the Arrow show. Yeah. Clock is just.
I mean, heck, if the Arkham games could turn Calendar Man into a dark and menacing villain, or even Long Halloween could, yeah. I'm pretty sure you could turn I'm pretty sure you could even turn the Clock King into one. Heck, even the animated series did a good job at it.
Yeah,
they did.
Okay, right. So we're basically back up to so we're up to 3.5 versus 3, right? Technically.
Yes, 3.5.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I flip for my half point? No, I'm kidding.
You don't get any additional flips.
I would honestly do that just to soothe my OCD.
No, that's the whole point. It's supposed to be irritating. So,
all right.
It's a punishment.
Right. For knowing Batman lore.
All right. So Lucas Green has submitted a question. We're going to use it.
Are you sure?
What? You don't want it?
I don't know if these people like. What do you guys think of this question? You think you want to? Because I don't really.
Can't see. Let me see.
Are you guys familiar with the Arkham Knight or the Arkham games?
I am, but I don't really
like this question. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
right.
yeah. Besides, Dr. Young died.
Or did she?
Batman scanned her and it said deceased.
No, I know. I'm just saying, what if they like a stupid reveal, like, oh, when she?
Yeah, and I honestly don't know enough about Arkham Knight to even judge this. So, obviously Lucas Green would judge it, but Lucas, throw out another question that's a little less specific.
All right.
If you want to get a question in there, the less specific the question, the better. I think.
But let me ask this, guys. Broadly, if it were Arkham game related, would you be applied to it, or?
I'd be fine if it's like a question about Arkham. I've been actually playing the game, replaying them, so they're fresh in my mind.
Okay, so maybe like a less specific Arkham question. But again, let's just see what. If you have anything else too, that'll work. So
remember, I did pitch something related to Arkham, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it was but I'm not going to say it because
you guys still have to do that big question you're talking about.
I know. I'm saying, do you want to do the big question now? Do you want us to do the big question now, or do you want us to just do the?
Go do the big question now. I would do the big question now.
All right. Okay.
Keep up that momentum.
All right. So seeing how the Batman, the film that's coming out very soon, how the Batman promises to be like the darkest Batman film yet, begs the question: what is the darkest Batman moment in media? Darkest moment.
Jim Drake killing the Joker in Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Okay, so that was Rohith. Was that you who said that?
Yes.
Yeah, Rohith has the Return of the Joker death.
Dang, I was actually thinking about that one.
Hey, Lazerdude, what do you got?
I know what my answer would be.
I gotta think for a second.
I know what mine is, but I know Tiki hasn't seen it, so.
I think I'm gonna go with the death of Rachel and the burning of Harvey and death of a bunch of people at the police station in The Dark Knight. So death of Rachel for short.
Okay, so basically it's basically Joker's switch, where it's basically the whole oil drum explosion.
Yeah,
kills her and burns. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, the burning of Harvey, to keep it simple, then.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. So let me just set.
I would have gone with "Look at me."
I would have gone with the death trap in Justice League Doom. That would have been my pick.
That's a deep cut, Dragon.
It's a deep cut, but it's the darkest thing I've ever seen Batman put ever. It's the darkest thing.
Oh yeah, he was buried alive
in his father's casket.
Oh God.
Okay.
Would the Labyrinth from the Court of Owls comic have counted?
No, because
we can't do comics.
All right.
Otherwise, I'm flipping doing a bunch of Joker stuff.
Right.
Okay.
I should started reading the Court of Owls.
Oh, Court of Owls is so good.
Did you get to the Labyrinth yet, Jacob?
I actually just got to that chapter where they abducted him and put him into the Labyrinth.
Oh man, such a
Did anyone else start reading backwards and before you realized it?
I think for a bit, yeah, when I started that, yeah. All right. Okay, so let's get. Oh, wait a minute, guys.
What?
Someone's hacking into the debate.
Oh no! Oh God!
Hello, my dear dynamic debaters.
Oh dear!
I am the Riddler, and I have a riddle for you to ponder.
Oh Jesus!
What happens when you shine a light upon the darkest Batman moment and multiply it by 66?
Holy trick question, Batman.
Oh my God.
I've got it. He's saying, which dark Batman moment do you adapt into Batman 66?
Oh my God, I love this. Oh my God.
All right, so
I'm a little out of the loop for Tommy. What's Batman 66?
The Adam West?
Yeah, the Adam West theme of Batman. Yeah.
So which
in that
dark
style,
moment?
You have to adapt your moments into the 66
Oh, I
show,
love this question, dude.
So we have to do our moments in the Batman 66 style.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
which moment should be adapted into Batman 66 based on
Now
what you said?
I'm just trying to picture Cesar Romero screaming, "Look at me," and it coming across as silly.
And of course,
Because I gotta be honest with you, Cesar Romero screaming "Look at me" at someone would still be kind of terrifying, I think.
I mean, mine would be like, again, it's like we never talked about the parents in 60s Batman, but we'd have a heck of an excuse to do so.
Okay. Question.
Yeah, what do
We
you
have to do dark. We have to adapt. Can we change details of what happened, or does everything has to happen that happened?
Well, I'm saying the events happen, but again, it's applied to the 60s Batman, so there's some interpretation there for sure.
Adapt
But
it, Laser Dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Got it. I just wanted to know what my limits were. Got it.
Okay, well there you go.
Adaptation.
It's like the Batman 66
Page twin brothers.
So it's like the it's like kind of like the 66 comic or the Return of the Animated, the whole animated films, like how they would have adapted these moments. All right.
Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. Sorry.
What? Wait, hold on.
No, I'm sorry. I need to go. I wasn't on the right. I wasn't on the right window. Okay, we're good.
Okay, whenever you're ready, Rohith.
So we're still keeping with our moments, but just for 60s Batman?
Yeah, just apply it, just adapt it into 60s Batman.
All right. Let's go. Now, imagine Burt Ward Robin being kidnapped by the Joker, tortured endlessly, and being brainwashed into becoming essentially a Joker Jr. And he's in so much pain that he just pulls out a prop gun, pulls the trigger, and it hits straight in the heart of Cesar Romero Joker. And he says, that was not funny. That is a horrific moment, and can really add pathos to this Adam West Batman universe.
Well, there I was. I was going to save the district attorney, old chum. The Joker had told me where he was, strapped to a bomb, but my dear girlfriend Rachel was also strapped to a bomb. I was going to save Rachel, actually, not the district attorney, but as I opened the door, there was Harvey Dent. He was taking a bath in the oil spill, I guess. I don't know why. I grabbed him from the thing and pulled him free while he was yelling, "Oh no, Rachel, Rachel!" And then it blew up, but nobody died.
My issue with your choice, Laser Dude, is that it's a cop-out. It doesn't actually commit to the emotional stakes of that scene. And the fact that in one of the Batman 60s animated movies, they actually showed like Two-Face Harvey Dent getting injured, and showed Two-Face. Like this moment, I think for me.
Well, the biggest problem with your moment is you didn't adapt it. You just said Cesar Romero was doing it, and everything happened the exact same. Burt Ward didn't shoot him with a silly string gun. Nothing weird or campy happened. He still dies just like he normally does. Does that seem like something from the 60s Batman show?
Damn.
Okay. Well, Jacob, this essentially became your idea, so
this is your fault, Jacob.
My fault? Mea culpa.
Right.
Mea maxima culpa. All right. Sorry. I'm going to go with Laser Dude.
Yeah?
Laser Dude's presentation was really on point, I thought.
He
Rachel! Oh no! Rachel!
And he did the good Adam West, and then he basically said, like, Rohith, all you did was change the actors around. You didn't really adapt it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Rohith basically was like, oh, it could add a lot of pathos to the 66 Batman show. It's like, that's not really the point of the question, though. The point of the question is literally to make it silly. So,
yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Okay, so right now the score is 4.5.
Oh God!
Just need half a point.
Which again, had that half point not been there,
If I didn't mention the condom Nick Kane, I would have won by now.
Son, boyo,
You didn't even mention it during an argument. You just made an offhand joke. Oh God!
It still counts.
Oh man.
All right, so that means Rohith's not out yet.
Keep in mind, we still have like a word or two left, we might vote that one too.
I'm just gonna shut up until it's my turn. No, I can't do that.
Okay, now good news. We have some Lucas Green questions. Tiki, what Lucas Green question you want to go with?
Yeah, Drake, we do. Dragon, between the Gadget one and the Robin one, I feel like the Gadget one is very much your territory and you would like to see it.
Oh, the Robin
I
was
feel like the Robin one offers a little bit more potential. What do you think?
Well, Jacob, obviously one of these, I think technically both of these were in consideration for us, so we kind of win either way on this.
It's like the Robin one, I think, was like one of our back burner ones.
That's the thing. We had both of these were back.
I think I'm going to go with the worst Robin.
All right.
All right.
Worst Robin to be your sidekicks from comics or media.
Well,
Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Now, are we talking worst like Robin ever, or just like worst performance of a Robin, or worst Robin in a media that you would like? Like, am I saying Chris O'Donnell or like Dick Grayson?
Yeah, I actually think you guys should clarify the version.
Okay.
I think didn't we discuss like which iteration of which Robin?
Well, I mean, let's just go with how Tiki wants to do it on this one. So Tiki wants to like a specific take on that Robin. So
yeah.
So who said
Jason?
So
Todd.
who said Jason Todd first?
I did.
Right. Okay. So do you have a specific? Again, it's media. Well.
All right. Let me just think.
Well, it's from comics or media. So can I just pick like the specific comic for Jason?
I mean, I guess yeah, you can. Like, what do you want to do?
Or I mean, I guess
I'm going to choose Chris O'Donnell's Robin from Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'll go with. I mean, basically, does the family comic and Under the Red Hood like anime movie? It's sort of close enough. So.
All right, so the death of the family, Jason Todd.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, I got like death of the family or death in the family?
Death in the family.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Wait, who's going first? I guess.
Rohith, you said whoever said Jason Todd first.
I did.
So. Wait.
All right. Jason Todd from Death in the Family would be the worst Robin to have as your sidekick because you would have to face the fact that he disobeyed your orders, got captured by the Joker, and freaking died. And you would have to endure the long-lasting trauma of having a child, a minor, die under your watch, and you're holding his cold body amid the wreckage of a bomb. You don't want that on your conscience. You don't want that on your memory. You don't want that on your freaking soul.
Okay, let's talk about Chris O'Donnell. What does he actually do in any of the movies? He gets captured by Two-Face when he had him, and he gets captured again. Like, he gets taken by Poison Ivy, just spouting off random junk. Batgirl has no training in Batman and Robin, and yet she takes out Bane, and she takes out Poison Ivy. What does Robin do? Absolutely nothing except whine and complain about the whole movie about nobody understands me. Teenage angst at its absolute worst. Get a girlfriend, Dick!
I love how you complain about teenage angst where Jason Todd is the poster board for teenage angst. His teenage angst cost him his freaking life. Chris O'Donnell Robin doesn't die. He actually outsmarts Poison Ivy when he puts that weird thing on his lips to avoid the kiss. Chris O'Donnell Robin is clearly more competent than Jason Todd Robin.
Wax slips, by the way.
Did you see the difference in power? Jason Todd in Under the Red Hood jumps over a machine gun, takes out multiple bad guys, where Chris O'Donnell can't deal with a couple of random gangs without having to be rescued by Batman. And it's because he can swing socks really fast that all of a sudden he's Robin.
And now, Lucas, you're going to be judging this round, so tell us who made the better argument. So we're going to give Lucas in a minute here to decide on who the winner is of this round.
And then if
Lazerdude wins, then we're done. But if Rohith wins, then
we're going to go to one final question.
We got a bunch of good options, question-wise, too, by the way.
some which could possibly be repurposed if we do an animated series one.
Yeah, entirely so. Yes, entirely possible. All right, so we're just gonna keep an eye
Are there any
out.
the Batman ones we could do?
Well, yeah, there is one the Batman one we can.
I
do.
vote you do that one, honestly.
Yeah.
Just
Wish
'cause
we
of
had this.
timing.
Well, we could do it if he chooses Lazerdude. We could do it as like a bonus round.
Hey, I'm okay with the bonus round
No, yeah, sure.
because I have half a point. So even if he ties me, I'll still win if I get this point.
All right, just while Lucas is taken up. Oh, wait a minute. I think we got something.
All right.
Okay, well, Jason Todd at least gets the job done, so I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Batman and Robin.
So that means Lazerdude gets the point.
Yeah, I
Right.
think Batman and Robin, he means Chris O'Donnell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means so Lazerdude, you won, buddy.
For the
Yes.
first time ever, you won with 5.5 points.
Yeah.
I think
It's a new
is that a
record.
record? Is that a
Nice
record? Has
work.
anyone had
Yeah,
half points?
you went the distance, sir.
Whew, it was a comeback. I'm glad I didn't risk my points. I'm sad that I got one halved, but I still was able to come through the game. Rohith was a worthy opponent. Had me huffing and puffing the whole way. I have a vein popping out of my head that I need to push back in. But thank you so much for having me.
It's like I said, and you even said the obscure word that we had.
All right, so so Lazy, do you feel like doing an exhibition bout just for the heck of it?
Yeah. Hit me with it.
Okay, so in honor of the Batman coming out, we have the other the Batman question. So Lucas Green asks, when it comes to the Batman 2004 and 2004 series, what was your favorite element from that program? It's the best element from the Batman 04 series.
Ethan Bennett's Clayface.
Okay.
Good
Who is
choice.
Clay?
Good choice.
Who is
I'm
Clay?
gonna
He's got the
say-
Clayface.
I'm gonna say they're the Batman, Robin, Batgirl dynamic.
Okay, the Bat family dynamic, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Bat family dynamic.
Keep in mind this is just for fun. There is no that it won't change anything, and Lazerdude will still win regardless.
Now, Lucas, you're going to judge this one too, so we're just going to see how. But so just keep your ears open. You get to judge this one, buddy. And again, it's kind of low stakes, but still, you got to get to wear a judge's robe. It's comfy. All right.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, Rohith.
Ethan Bennett's Clayface is the best aspect of Batman, of the 2004 Batman series, because it shows the relationship that Bruce has had with Ethan, the sour, just turned tragic, and there's echoes of Two-Face, and mixing that with Clayface is such an interesting combination. There's a lot of drama and pathos for Bruce, and really puts the character into sort of the space of having lost a friend to it. And really knowing what it's like to be Batman and to lose allies and to lose people you love in this field of time.
The Bat family has never always been done perfect. Sometimes it's done well, sometimes not so well, but in the Batman, it's probably one of its best elements, if not the best element. The episode that they introduce Robin in this season is done so well because it has Kevin Conroy as Dick's parents and Mark Hamill as the villain. And just so many great things without it. Robin and Batgirl's dynamic with each other is so much fun, and the way they tell the story is actually handled rather adult for the show. I tell you, the Batman Season 4, best season of the show.
The thing is that the Bat family dynamic is just like, all right, Robin is just the younger brother, and then Barbara Gordon's Batgirl is the older, daughter. Ethan Bennett Clayface, it's evocative of the tragedy that encompasses Batman villains, and really grounds that version of Batman into as they do the super.
Okay.
The thing that Ethan Bennett has that doesn't work all the way is it doesn't have a finale. It starts off really good with the Joker torturing him, making him Clayface, and then just episodes later he comes back and he's like, I'm over it, I'm good, I'm fine. There was no episode that he gets over it. He just all of a sudden is, and we're just like, oh, well, that's disappointing.
I guess I should probably go to our root image here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Lucas, again, you've heard the arguments. You pick who
Yeah.
wins our little exhibition battle.
You know, the only thing I've seen from that show is the Batman versus Dracula movie.
That's good.
I've never seen the rest of it. I've never seen the rest of the show, actually.
That's worth
That's,
looking into,
that's
for
the only
sure.
thing I haven't seen.
Really?
Well, like, the theme song is actually really good.
Oh, it is. It's a really good theme song. I turn it on every now and then.
So, Lazerdude, Rohith, anything you guys want to, kind of like say in parting here, or Lazerdude, anything you want to plug?
No, nothing much. I don't have too much going on right now. I'm working on my animated look back video for Meet the Robinsons, but I'm in the early stages, so it won't be for a while. Of course, I'm planning on reviewing The Batman when it comes out. Really looking forward to it, and yeah, that's basically about
Survivor
everything.
Storytellers.
Survivor Storytellers, yes, I'm going to be coming back for that.
It's coming.
Better be ready. It's coming for you.
Oh God, you better get ready.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Oh jeez. All right. Folks, just to kind of tease up what's coming up in the rest of the week. Tomorrow, Dragon and I are taking a night off just because The Batman is a freaking 3-hour movie and we're not going to have time to record a podcast and see it. Sorry. Enjoy your night off from the channel. Friday, we're going to be doing a catch-up on all the Spark shorts that have come out since we last covered the Spark shorts. So that'll be a nice kind of reprieve from the superhero content. Saturday, Jokers and I are going to be discussing the potential for a Sonic the Hedgehog land. And our pitch, just to give it a little tease, is going to be set in Disney's Animal Kingdom, and it's going to be Disney's answer to Super Nintendo World. And then finally, Sunday, we're going to be doing the Batman spoiler cast. All right.
All right, we have a
Reagan,
ruling.
what is Lucas Green's ruling?
Okay, great defense for the Batman family, but I felt the Clayface story arc was done better. However, I do agree his ending was not the stuff of legend, so I think that's a ruling for Clayface, which means Rohith.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Rohith Dar gets the exhibition point, metaphorically.
The dude
which
wins
means,
by half a point.
He got the half point that was taken away from.
What?
You know what I literally just found out that I was kind of shocked by, and I have no idea how I didn't know this.
What?
Did you guys know that the SAG Awards were blue?
What's
What do
the
you mean?
SAG award?
Like,
Screen
the actual trophies, the Screen Actor Guild trophies.
I've never really watched the Screen Actors Guild.
Like
I never have either. I saw the cast of Coda like holding up these blue Oscar type statues. I'm like, oh my god, they're blue.
I thought they were like crystal or something.
Yeah.
Blue?
I'm looking at the trophy as well. They look crystal. Are you sure?
Yeah, they are blue. They're like blue crystals.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a place in it where you can put in like your Gatorade, and they just happen to put in some like blue Gatorade in there.
Or they're secretly awarding people.
Because
blue.
I was literally like, oh god, Dragon, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make the reference again. I was literally like Tuco Solomaka. I was like, it's blue.
So that's the real smuggle operation live on TV under everyone's nose. We're awarding people in the industry meth, the purest meth that's out there.
Oh god,
Where's
can you
Batman?
imagine
We need him. We'll
That's
take Christian
Marley
Bale over
Matlin just
Greenwood.
getting down on the blue
Check.
meth
Hey, Dragon.
SAG award. Oh god. All right.
Hey, Dragon, should I reveal the other word?
Yeah, sure. What
Oh,
the
yes,
heck?
please.
Tell
What was
me
the
what the other word was.
The other word was Snyder.
Snyder. Nice.
As a reference to both Scott Snyder and Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was close. We did talk about Court of the Owls.
Yeah, it came up.
Yeah.
What if you guys said it and then we said it? Does that count? That would have been
No, it only
entrapment.
counts if you guys
No,
say
it does,
We can
yeah, it
say
doesn't count if the judges say it. Yeah.
Again, we
No,
could
I'm
have said it
saying, what
right
if
to
you
your
said,
face.
"Oh, Court of the Owls" by Scott Snyder, and I said, "Oh yeah, Scott Snyder, he's great." Now I'm in trouble. You probably
Yes.
didn't
It
happen.
would have been again. That's why we didn't do that. It would have been underhanded, but it would have counted. Yeah.
But like I said, that's what I meant by when he said, when you win with Condiment King, you win with the obscure one.
I was
he's not
personally
bad.
hoping that ice was going to be one of the words.
Ice.
Condiment King,
Yes,
in
just
my mind,
ice.
is everyone's favorite obscure villain, so he's not really obscure anymore.
Thank you. I kind of agree with that sentiment.
But still, I mean,
It's like-
we're expecting
Give me
Snyder
a
to be
Penny Pendler or that guy that's just a pencil or something. Then
The
then we
eraser.
got-
The eraser.
Yeah, the eraser. Then we got obscure.
we were expecting Snyder to be said more than Condiment King.
I really
is what we
want
need.
James Gunn to adapt the eraser. It'd be so fun.
All right, Dragon. I think this. Like,
I would love to
why
see
don't you
James
go ahead
Gunn.
and take us out.
I'd love to see
Alright.
James Gunn do the Tick.
All right, folks.
Also,
That
big
does it.
thanks to Lucas Green for joining us the whole time. You've been great.
Yeah, look
Great
at-
audience. All right. To quote Jimmy from South Park, wow, what a terrific audience. All right.
All right, folks. We'll be seeing
Thanks for
you.
having me.
Bat signal has been turned off. We're heading back to the cave. See you next time.
Same
Bye.
bat time, same bat channel.
You better be
Good
good,
night.
Brandon. You better be good.